When it comes to relationships, it's not just about flowers and other grand romantic gestures. In fact, they can be a bit of a minefield, so it's important to get them right. To be honest, I'm no expert, so today I've roped in Carrie Hope Fletcher and we're going to have a chat all about how to have a healthy relationship. I'm Jimmy, and this is a DMC for the 401 show.
I see.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Hey, I'm joined now by the very lovely and very talented Carrie Hope Fletcher, who's going to have a DMC with me. Hey, Carrie.
Hi, Jimmy.
How's it going?
Good, yeah, not too bad.
Right.
You?
I'm good. I'm thinking we should get comfortable though. I'm thinking maybe the shoes
They need to come off.
We are on a sofa after all. It's just rude, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, my feet do probably stink, everyone. So.
Mine do too, so we will cancel each other out.
Yeah. So, Carrie, what do you think makes a good relationship?
I think trust is like a big one, and honesty. I think communication just overall. This is something that I keep saying. People don't talk about things often enough.
I think that's so right.
Yeah, and they seem to just sort of hide things because they're worried about what other people are going to think of them, or maybe the other person might think they're a bit weird, or they're just scared of what the outcome will be.
Yeah, especially from a guy's point of view, sometimes it can be hard to open up. Like, I used to be terrible for this.
Right.
I think I'm a bit better now.
I think it's just sort of, it's a learning curve for everybody to understand that, you know, everybody's has these issues. You know, you're not alone in the insecurities that you have.
Yeah.
And the more you talk about it, the more that you realise that maybe you're not the only one who feels that way.
If you're in a relationship with someone, how do you know when you're ready to take things to the next level?
I think if you're ready, but you're not sure if the other person's ready, then you just need to ask, and not in kind of a pressury way and, you know, make them feel bad because they're not ready if they say that they're not ready, but just finding out whether you're both on the same page.
What if someone was to say, if you loved me, you would sleep with me, if maybe you're not that into it?
I think the comeback to that is, if you loved me, you wouldn't be making me do anything that I didn't want to do.
What should you do if you feel pressured in a relationship to maybe have sex, or to send explicit pictures, or to do just anything that you don't feel comfortable with? It's
about, you know, having the confidence and kind of the, you know, the self-esteem and the self-respect to say, I don't want this, I don't want to do this.
I think from a boy's point of view, there is a lot of pressure often from mates at school,
right,
to do sexual stuff with girls, to sort of score points almost, like, oh, I've slept with this girl, we've done this together, she sent me this picture.
Like a competition kind of thing.
It is like a competition. So I think a big thing is just ignoring all that and just being confident enough to not sort of play up to it and just get on with your own thing. When it comes to getting down to it, if you're in an intimate situation with somebody, how important is it to read that other person's body language?
Hugely important, because I mean, if someone's like pulling away from you, you obviously kind of understand that maybe this isn't really what they want to be doing. And then is when you have to ask the question, are you into this?
It just needs to feel 100% right, and like both people are completely into that.
Yeah, and don't be afraid of like ruining what you think is a romantic moment because, you know, they think they might not be quite into it. You know, you've got to say at the time that it's happening, you know, is everything okay? Because you don't really seem that into it. And then, you know, it gives them more confidence because you've created a situation that they feel safe in which to say, actually, I'm not that into this. Do you mind if we stop?
In many ways, there's nothing more romantic than that.
Yeah.
Feeling like you can be that open with someone.
Yeah, and having someone be that considerate to your feelings.
What would you say are the telltale signs of a good or a bad relationship? What should people look out for?
The main thing is when you don't feel like you're completely yourself around the person you're with, and that you feel like you're hiding something, or that you feel like you can't, that you're kind of pretending, or that you're hiding, and that you're being someone that you're not just to please the other person. Maybe that's a sign that it isn't a good relationship and something needs to be done.
So if you are in a relationship with somebody, but they want to check your Facebook or your Twitter instant messages or your text messages because they say that they're doing it because they care about you, is that a good thing? Is that all right? Is that okay for people to do that? I know it happens a lot.
It does happen a lot, but at the same time it could be that that person is quite a controlling person and kind of, you know, needs to know where you are all the time and needs to know exactly what's going on and who you're speaking to, and you know, that's not a good way to be, and that kind of puts a lot of pressure on the relationship, and you know, it just makes...
Kind of seems like it could be the start of a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Starts with checking your text messages. Next step is you can't meet with that person because I don't like them. So you've been saying this stuff to them.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just seems a bit messy to me.
Yeah, and it could get extremely uncomfortable. It is kind of about just kind of taking a step back and looking at the situations maybe from other people's points of view, and you know, talking to other people about it. It's nice when you talk to people who aren't necessarily in the centre of the relationship.
If someone, maybe one of your mates, is in a relationship and you think that that is maybe a bad relationship, how do you think you could talk to them about that? How would you approach that situation? It's such a hard one.
Yeah, I think the mistake that people often make is that they, like from a friend perspective, is that they think their opinion is the overriding opinion and that they kind of need to tell their friend and their friend has to listen to them and has to take their advice. But I think the main thing from being a friend is that you have to be there no matter what, because I am your friend and that's what friends do.
Thanks, Carrie.
That's all right.
Thanks for that chat. I liked it
Yeah,
a
it's
lot.
been good.
I feel like we should hug it out.
Yes.
Come here. Oh. There you have it, a good old chat about relationships. I've put together some links below if you need any more advice on the issues we've covered. Also, please do leave us a comment. If you're watching the show and it's Wednesday afternoon, then me and Carrie are going to be online for a Twitter Q&A about 4:30, so join us for that. Next week, we're going to be having a nostalgic look back at the best bits of the 401 show. You're not going to want to miss it. I'll see you then.
I see.
Ah, right. Yeah.
All right, Carrie, Snogmire Void. I'm asking you the 3 McFly boys that aren't your brother.
Aren't my
'cause
brother.
That would be weird. Is that appropriate?
I will marry Dougie because he's the youngest and I want to look after him. Oh, snog Danny.
So that means that you're...
I'm going to avoid Harry. This is horrible.
Harry,
This
so
I'm so sorry, Harry.